Gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Sigamos adelante, siempre adelante, siempre adelante, sin volver atrás, sin volver atrás. Gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Amaremos con pasión. Siempre con pasión. Siempre con pasión, sin volver atrás, sin volver atrás. Gonna reach across our borders, reach across our borders, reach across our borders. Never turning back, never turning back. Vivamos sin fronteras, siempre sin fronteras, siempre sin fronteras, sin volver atrás, sin volver atrás. Gonna reunite the family, reunite the family, reunite the family. Never turning back, never turning back. Familias reunidas, siempre reunidas, siempre reunidas, sin volver atrás, sin volver atrás. Gonna keep on moving forward, keep on moving forward, keep on moving forward, never turning back, 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 never turning back.
Peace.
We love you.
And welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Society. That was Emma's Revolution, who is going to be here in concert on Saturday, August 26th. I hope many of you will come. It will be in person and live streamed. You can find out more about the concert in your emails, and after the service, we'll have information about buying tickets and all of that. So this morning, though, we are grateful to gather on this beautiful morning, both online and in person, for a time of inspiration, reflection, and connection. Whether you join us today with joy in your hearts, weighted with burdens, or searching for meaningful connections, we are glad that you are here. I'm the Reverend Diana Smith, the minister of the Unitarian Universalist Society, and my pronouns are she and her. I'm a somewhat tall white woman in my mid-40s with short, curly, white and brown hair, purple glasses, a very colorful shirt, a black jacket, and a very colorful stole, standing in UUS's pulpit at the front of our sanctuary. Our sanctuary is filled with people of all ages. I see the kids' area is pretty full, and I want to remind folks that there's an art table back there. If you're running out of room and you need a place to work, there's a little table there for making art and everything. So, and through the window walls of our sanctuary, we can see that it is a lovely sort of overcast, slightly cooler, hopefully all day long, slightly cooler summer day here in Iowa. As we gather, we give thanks for this land and all who have cared for it over the centuries, particularly the Kickapoo, the Iowa, the Sauk and Meskwaki, and the Oceti-Shakawan nations. As people of many ages, genders, races, sexual orientations, classes, abilities, and health statuses, we know how important it is to gather as a radically welcoming spiritual community. As Unitarian Universalists, our faith expresses our core value of love through how we agree to be together and to support each other. We are guided by the shared principles, sources, and values of our living religious tradition. And this morning, we'll be having a different type of worship service that will help us explore how we cultivate spaces of transformation. That is, how we adapt in a changing world. We'll be celebrating our third and fourth principles, that is, how we encourage each other in spiritual growth and how we approach our free and responsible search for truth and meaning, as we experience how different age groups engage on Sunday morning. Doesn't that sound fascinating? What do you have in store for you today? We will find out. If you're wondering, I will talk more about that during our time for all ages. So hold your horses, it's going to be revealed. As we start our worship, I begin with these words by the Reverend Margot Reinhardt, who writes in a risk-filled invitation. As we light our chalice, may our breathing pause as we notice the slight moment when light delicately flutters before becoming the full flame. May this moment of possibility be a risk-filled invitation to pour ourselves into the heat of curiosity, mischief, celebration, and delight. And so, now, let's pour ourselves into joining our voices in song. As we are rehiring for our music director position, today we are going to be singing along with a video from another UU congregation. And later on, Ian Colley will be providing us with some more live music. So, please rise in body or in spirit. Words will show up on the screen, or it is hymn number 301 in the gray hymnal, Touch the Earth, Reach the Sky.
Touch the earth, reach the sky, walk on shores while spirits fly, over the ocean, over the land, our faith a quest to understand. Touch the earth, reach the sky, children ask the reasons why, in our lives the answers show, and by our love they learn and grow. Touch the earth, reach the sky, all are born and all shall die. Life's the time left in between, to follow a star, to build a dream. Touch the earth, reach the sky, Hug the laughter, feel the cry. May we see where we can give, for this is what it means to live. Touch the earth, reach the sky, soar with courage ever high, spirits joining as we fly, to touch the earth, to reach the sky.
Good morning. My name is Jenna. I'm a worship associate. I'm also in my mid-40s. I'm a parent, so I might look a little tired. And I'm so glad to be here with all of you on this gray morning. As Unitarian Universalists, within a chalice as a symbol of sanctuary and safety, to unite us in our worship and to remind us of our ongoing search for the light of truth. This morning, Ingrid and Kakeli are coming up to light our chalice. What a great job, overcoming all obstacles. Please join me in saying our chalice lighting words. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the wonder and mystery of this great gift. So let us now kindle the flame of our liberal religious heritage and renew our covenant of mutual love and care. Love is our doctrine. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, and to serve those in need. This we promise, this we covenant with life and one another. Each week we also light a candle for justice and healing to acknowledge our interdependence with the natural world and with all the members of the global community, especially the most vulnerable. We light this candle so that we may not be numbed to injustice and trauma, but rather to find strength and courage and love as we work in solidarity with others for liberation, justice, and healing. Together, we create resilience and hope. Today, as we light this candle, we're particularly mindful of those of us who are feeling, and I am sorry to say it out loud, the end of summer coming. Oh, all right, okay. The students enthusiastically going back to school. Teachers getting ready to jump back into the classroom. Gardeners and farmers in this busy time of intense harvest. Canners, if you're out there. The trees offering their last big reaches to the sun. The plants giving up their fruits and then falling back into the soil. The animals getting ready for the big scurry to gather what they'll need for the winter. As I light this candle, let's hold a time of silence to listen to our hearts and our bodies, and perhaps to lift up prayers.
So today, we are going to be talking about and experiencing something called Experilearning. Now, that's kind of a strange word, Experilearning. And it's a strange word because it's a combination of two words, also known as a compound word for you returning students. Now, which words do you think Experilearning might be a combination of?
Experience and learning.
Experience and learning, that's a great idea. Any other ideas? Experiment and learning. Yeah, we could look at it as either experiment or experience and learning. Now, yeah. Expertise. Yeah, well, Experilearning can definitely help us develop expertise too. So the words that I was thinking about were experiment and learning. And I'm wondering, why do you think we might want to put these two words together? Experiment and learning. Experilearning. Any ideas? Yeah. Anything's okay. You forgot? Okay, it's okay to forget. Sometimes forgetting is an important part of Experilearning. Because to learn, we need to experiment. And sometimes experimenting can look like putting our hands up and then saying, oh, I forgot, right? Any other ideas about why experiment and learning might be important to put together? Yeah. Yeah, so this one was, if we do something, we learn about it in new ways. We maybe learn about it more deeply if we try something out. If we experiment, we might learn it better. Yeah. Also, I'm thinking about Experilearning, and I'm thinking that one of the pieces of Experilearning is that trying new things requires some openness, right? And that's not always easy. How does it feel when we try new things? Scary? Tasty? Yeah, it can be tasty when we try new things. It can end up really well. So it can be scary, it can be tasty, it can feel really uncertain. And so in order to try new things, we have to work on being open to them. And so we can look at Experilearning as a spiritual practice because it requires us to kind of keep delving into it and working. And we can also do spiritual practices to help us with Experilearning. Looking at trying new things as an experiment when we're learning, rather than trying to do something perfectly the first time, that helps us with engaging in that process, right? I've been hearing some of this from some of y'all. And sometimes we know that the experiment works out well, and sometimes it doesn't, but we almost always learn something new. Sometimes we get something really tasty, sometimes we get something that's, we could do without it. I've been watching the new Nailed It show, a baking show, where they're actually bringing people in to bake good cakes and they're teaching them. That's kind of a way of Experilearning, because sometimes when we try these things, they work out well, sometimes they don't. And then one of the things about Experilearning is, after we've done an Experilearn, we get to decide what to do with what we learned, how it might change us and what we were doing before. Now, I'm wondering, why might Experilearning be important? Any ideas why we might want to try some new things? Over here, yeah. Yes.
To learn about the world and different cultures and many other things, like a variety of many things. From you could learn about something new, you could try something new. That would be from another country. You could play a game that was, you could play a game that was different than what you used to. Something new.
That is perfect. Yeah, so what our friend over here is sharing is that when we try something new, it might help us learn about something we didn't know about already. It might help us learn about a different culture, a different country. It might be trying a new game, and we didn't know it before, but now we've got an idea. And that's exactly it, because we live in a place of change, in a time of change, and so Experilearning helps us engage with that. It helps us with one of our values, which is about transformation. And one of the things we say about transformation is that we adapt to a changing world. We covenant to collectively transform and to grow spiritually and ethically. We practice openness to change because that is fundamental to our Unitarian and Universalist heritages, that we are never complete and we are never perfect. Aaliyah, did I see your hand up again?
I was gonna say, speaking of change, like remember when you said like the world is full of like changes and stuff? Well, when okay, you say this one, it's all the threads are sort of like the exact same. If the world was like this, it would be very boring, as if you can't change anything, it wouldn't be very but it wouldn't be very fun, it'd be boring. But if you can change it, it can make something new happen.
Very cool. Can I borrow your toy here so I can show it to everybody? Okay. So our friend was showing us this toy, which when you look at it all the way out, it's just a whole line of squares. And so it's really boring. But when we Experilearn, when we work with change, we can turn it into something really beautiful and really fun and a lot more interesting. And one of the things that I wanted to just note before we move on to our next activities is that we have been Experilearning a whole lot in the last 3.5 years because of the pandemic, right? And all of the changes that it initially caused, as well as figuring out how the changes that we went through will continue to affect and us what we'll decide to keep and what older or newer things we'll get rid of as a result of all those changes. Now, reflecting on how the pandemic has changed us is so important figuring out how it's changed us and what we need is so important that the UUS's Board of Trustees has decided to focus one of our open questions on it this year. So they're going to be leading discussions about that over the next few months. And I wanted to note that another way of Experilearning, which our friend over here has really been helpful in showing us, is about taking on somebody else's perspective or experience. And so we're going to try some of that now. So, question for all of you who've been here longer, what usually happens at this point in our service after the time for all ages? RE. So, today we're going to do RE, meaning religious education, but we're going to do it a little differently. Because usually we sing our kids to religious education. Guess who we're going to sing to religious education today? Who? What do you think? The parents, the adults, the families. We are going to sing y'all out to religious education. Usually our kids get to go and have all these different fun kind of experiential classes. Guess who gets to do that today? You do. And guess what you all get to do? You get to stay here with us and learn about what happens during the worship service. You're going to get to try out the mic. You're going to learn about music. You're going to get to play some music. We're going to do all sorts of cool stuff in here today. So we're going to swap our roles. We're going to do a little bit of Experilearning here and figure out what we can learn from taking on each other's perspectives. How cool is that? Very cool. Yeah. Can I get a little more enthusiasm? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and parents, caregivers, if you want to stay or if your child wants you to stay in the sanctuary with them, you can, okay? Everyone else, when Ian Colley, a member of our congregation, is going to play Be Open with his cello. This will be new for us too, right? So he's going to play Be Open with our cello, and when he does that, all y'all adults are going to head out to the fellowship hall, and Nick Kaplan, our director of Lifespan Religious Education, is going to tell you what you get to do now. All right, let's go.
All right, hold on. Oh, that's kind of loud. Sorry. We forgot one thing. I'm going to need some volunteers from the. Oh, we didn't forget. Jenna got them. Okay. We're gonna pass out the eggs because they're. So my name is Ian. As Reverend Diana said, I'm here filling in for providing music for the service and as a representative of the RE team. So normally we have the kids with the egg shakers on the way out, and we pass them out and they grab them. So we're going to make sure that they pass out to you guys on the way out. You have to. We're going to shake eggs. We're going to sing the song, and the song is "Be Open." Hopefully, most of you know it. I'm going to play it here on the cello. And kids, will you guys help me pass out all the eggs all around the sanctuary? And we're going to sing out your caregivers and the adults of the service. Okay? It goes like this. Be open for something wonderful to happen. You guys can all join in. Everyone can join in. Be open for the possibilities. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open. Here, I'm going to do this. How about we just sing? Be open for something wonderful to happen. Need some dancing. Be open for the possibilities. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open for the possibilities. Aye, 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 aye. Aye, 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 aye. Have fun.
I'm hoping that the folks who are in the RE Commons, if you're okay coming in here, that would be really awesome. If you're not, you can stay out there, but you'll get a chance to participate a little bit better if you're in here.
You stole it.